Today I'm going to show you all how easy it is to make Haitian chicken and sauce, Gina Young style. When I tell you this recipe is absolutely amazing, you're going to love it. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some chicken, your favorite pieces. I'm using chicken legs with the skin on them. Okay, you're gonna need some vegetables. So we have a beautiful red bell pepper, a green bell pepper, and a nice sweet Vidalia onion. You're gonna need some tomato sauce, and the tomato sauce is going to be mixed with some water, and I'm gonna show you how to make the amazing sauce just by using this here. You're gonna need a bunch of stuff over here because we're making Epis. And what Epis is, it's a base to all of your Haitian food cooking. You're gonna need it, and I'm gonna show you in today's video how easily you can make it. Here's the ingredients. You're gonna need some cloves. These are whole cloves, okay? And if you're Haitian, you would call these jiwaf, right? We're gonna be using some chicken bouillon powder. We have garlic and onion powder. We have some paprika, some black pepper, and salt. We have fresh cilantro, fresh parsley, bell peppers. Your bell peppers doesn't matter what color. I'm going to be using this yellow bell pepper and a green bell pepper. We're going to use a nice sweet Vidalia onion and a big handful of fresh garlic, and we're going to use some cooking oil. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make Haitian chicken with sauce, Gina Young style, and we're going to serve it with couscous. Talk about how I cleaned my chicken. I took some lime juice, salt and cold water, and you cut your lime in half, and you literally are going to rub that lime all over your meat, okay, and the salt, and then you give it a nice rinse off, and that's how I washed it. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut some slits into our chicken, okay? Doesn't matter where you cut it, okay? Keep the skin on your recipe, and we're going to do it just like this. What does this do? Well, it lets for the spices to go deep down into that meat, right? So always do this if you're making meat Haitian style. Next, we're going to season up our chicken to give it some great flavor, and don't you be afraid to put seasoning on there, okay? We're going to go in with our salt, okay? We're going to go in with some black pepper. If you have some sazon, you can use that, a sazon seasoning packet. I don't have it today, but typically I would be using it. We're going to put a nice amount of onion and garlic powder on there on purpose, right? Then we're going to put some paprika. We're going to flip them over and season the other side. You're going to put a little tiny bit of oil in the bottom of your pan, just enough to begin to brown up our chicken. Now let me show you, and I'm hoping the camera can really give you an idea of how much oil is in there. Let's heat that up and take your chicken, place it into the pan, and we're looking for a nice, beautiful golden brown color. Just let it cook on a medium-high heat. That chicken is smelling amazing already, but now it's time to make the true base of our sauce and what's going to make this Haitian chicken. You have to make Epis. What is Epis? Epis is the base to all of your Haitian food that you'll cook. Let's just say you're making a Spanish dish. You're going to need sofrito. This is like the sofrito, but it's Epis. Okay, so I have a nice bundle of fresh parsley. I'm going to cut it down. You can even use the stems if you want to. And everything's going to go into the food processor, and we're going to break it down. I also have a big bundle of fresh cilantro. We're going to use that whole bundle there, okay? And then I have a bell pepper. We're just going to chop it down just a little bit, and you know that the food processor will do the rest, okay? And I like to use the green bell peppers and maybe a yellow and red bell pepper. Depending on the bell peppers that you use, that's going to be the color of your Epis, okay? So you can see that I'm using 2 green bell peppers and then this yellow one here, and then we're going to break the onion down. Let's go ahead and put our bunch of fresh parsley into the food processor, our cilantro, the yellow and green bell peppers, so I can have room on my cutting board so we can cut all of our garlic, and you're going to use a handful of fresh garlic. Time to cut up our onion, just a nice rough chop, okay, because the food processor will basically do it for us, right? There we go, right into our food processor. We got a nice bundle of fresh garlic. I'm just going to give it like 1 or 2 chops. okay? And then in with the other vegetables. Now we're gonna connect this to our food processor. We're gonna put about a half a cup or less of water. We're gonna put some cooking oil, which is, I'm using vegetable oil. We're gonna add some jiwa, which is cloves, and I typically will put like 5 or 6 cloves in here, and some chicken bouillon for taste. Let's go ahead and add about a teaspoon of the chicken bouillon powder in for great flavor. We're gonna add a half a cup, you can use canola oil too if you would like to, half a cup of vegetable oil, about 5 to 7 cloves, okay, right in. And then we're gonna process everything until it's nice and chopped down, and this stuff, oh my goodness, it's so good. 8-piece, and it smells so good. Look at that. This right here is good stuff. I tell you what, guess what? My husband loves this so much. If we're having a dish, he will literally take 2 teaspoons of it, just like this. He will. He'll put it on top of a dish, and he loves it that much. That's how much flavor is inside of here. Now, there's a couple of ways you can save this. You can save it in a, a dish like this. All right, it's gonna be sealed this way in your refrigerator, or you can put these into ice cubes. And when you're ready to make your food, you'll take 2 ice cubes out for your recipe. You can let it thaw out in the pan, or just literally let those ice cubes thaw out and add it to your dishes. This right here, chef's kiss every time. Go ahead and turn our chicken over. We should be getting some great color, and we are. Beautiful. The whole house smells amazing right now. We're going to continue to cook this until it's like 65% of the way cooked. And once that happens, we're going to put 2 to 3 tablespoons of our Epis right in with our chicken so our chicken can absorb this flavor. Some couscous. This box here of couscous, doesn't matter what flavor you love, get whichever one you like, requires 1 1/4 cup of water. It can be cold or hot, doesn't matter. We're gonna put a half a stick of butter. It didn't tell you to put that much, but I like that amount of butter. In mine, I really do. Your couscous will come, it's like little teeny tiny pearls. And if you were to ask me what's the texture, it's kind of like rice, it's kind of like a noodle, but it's in these little teeny tiny balls that I love. And it comes with the seasoning packet. So we're gonna bring this up to a boil, and I always add some bouillon powder for great flavor, just a tiny bit. I'm not gonna go overwhelming with it. That's plenty enough because we do have this seasoning packet. Once it comes to a boil, we're gonna add in our couscous, our seasoning. You give it a nice stir, and you literally turn it off. You turn it off, and you come back and fluff it. Water is boiling. The butter is nice and melted. Let's get the couscous in there. There's a couscous that has really big, like pearl balls. I don't want that kind. For some reason, I don't even want to try it. All right, and we put our seasoning packet in. Since it's already came to a boil, there's not much you need to do, We're going to give this a nice stir. We're going to cover this with foil, and when we come back, we fluff it in this dish. This dish, it's so simple, but it tastes so good. You come in real close so you can see what it looks like now before it gets nice and fluffy. Our chicken is like 90% of the way cooked. Let me show you what it's looking like. Beautiful, nice charred look to it. And so now we're going to add 2 heaping tablespoons of the Epis right into the pan, and let that chicken pick up that amazing flavor. I know that's a little bit more, but it's okay. Let it cook. And now I'm gonna show you how to make this sauce, and this sauce tastes so good. In the pan, we have some oil, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. That's gonna start off your sauce. We need 3 tablespoons of the Epis. We're gonna put it right in, and we wanna fry these vegetables because it is vegetables, right? When you fry them, you get great flavor. It's like an amazing taste. Okay, so let's get this nice and fried up. After it fries with the oil for about 2 to 3 minutes, then we're gonna go in with our tomato paste, and that's what makes our sauce. Mix that Epis around in your chicken. That is almost done cooking. This right here, oh my goodness, this is where we're making the flavor. We're gonna use this whole 6 ounce of tomato paste to make our sauce. Look at that, the vegetables are frying up. You wouldn't believe the smell right now in here. Put all of it in there. No, we're not using a pasta sauce that you can grab off of your grocery shelf. We're making it ourselves. And this is how you do it. So it's going to be a big clump. Don't worry about that because the liquid that you put in, whether you're using chicken broth or water, it will thin it out. Okay? Let's mix everything. This is your sauce. It's not too thin. It's not too thick. It is perfect. And I used about 2 cups of the water. We're going to go in and make it with flavor, right? Chicken bouillon powder. Okay? If you were Haitian, you would get the Maggie cubes. But it's the same thing, but only in a cube form. Okay? We're going to use onion powder, and on purpose, we're using a nice amount. Garlic powder. Give it a nice stir, and we're getting ready to put our chicken in the sauce. How cute is this splash guard? Sonia got this for me, and so I love it. Thank you, Sonia. It works. I didn't have to get popped by the grease today. So this is lovely, and you gave me all the other different sizes too. Listen to me. This chicken is ready to go right into our sauce. Let's get it in. Chicken into the sauce. Just like that, and you're going to turn your sauce down on low. It only needs to be on a low heat from here because it's just simmering. Let our chicken simmer with the sauce for about a half an hour, and I'm going to cover it. Now listen, after that half an hour, we come back, and let me show you what I did with the bell peppers. We cut them into rings like this, and we did the onions like this on purpose because after the half an hour, we put these right on top and let them cook on top. They kind of steam, and they cook to perfection. Show you this, and up close at that. Look at this, nice and simmered for that half an hour. We're going to begin to strategically, if I can say that word right, place the beautiful bell peppers on top, and dinner is almost served. Take a look at this. You're going to love this recipe. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. And the couscous. Enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing in his kitchen every single day. And Father, we thank you once again for providing us a meal, loving us in your hedge of protection. Amen. It's ready to take a bite. You are. I'm about to give you some. First, I want to go right in with the sauce in a spoon. Oh my goodness, I can drink that sauce right off of a flip-flop. I'm going in for the chicken. It just pulled apart like butter. Give me some onions and some couscous.